Well, hello, hello, hello. Welcome back. Oh, that was a weird gesture now that I'm seeing it. I don't know what I'm implying there. It's a full moon tonight. Hello. Had to make it weird right off the bat. Welcome back to Chants of Sennaar. Let me make sure I am in the chat with you, as it is being quite slow. But I think we're fine. I think we're fine. Where were we? Factory? Is that what this is called? I know that we just poked our head up the elevator here into scientist territory, which I'm very excited about. But we have not learned anything about their culture and or language besides a few numerical symbols. 1 through 5, say. And then you find me seek. The rest of the language is open to us for our insatiable curious minds. Hopefully we will find, in that vein, a lot in common with the scientist community. Hello up there. I feel underdressed for this. Do you perhaps have a pilgrim hat I could don so as to fit in better? Alright, first floor, and presumably you are here, I would guess. Let me move my rather tall juice glass. I've picked the rather tall juice glass today, and it's getting in the way of the lower symbols. Dear God, that's juicy. So we don't know any of these. Plural. Some things lie that way. Alright. Nice to have a map system for a change. That seems new. Or rare. Or unique. Some sort of poison mine shaft out that way. Come to a brand new area of the world and instantly start sniffing around the poison shaft. I don't know if that's polite. Yeah, definitely open the poison door immediately. Appears as though I can climb inside and then be-poison myself. I'm a little bit curious. Let's do it. This may end in tears, but it'll be worth it. I love the crouch. It's exactly what you should do in such a situation. Here's to you. So far, so good. Birdie! Hi. Ow. Sorry, I've beaten the microphone in my rage. Looked like there was a lever about halfway along that bridge. It does not seem as though there's any sort of catwalk or non-railing walkway. Well, that looks like a timed thing. Okay, so would this be perhaps danger, death, crushing, ouchies in your kneecaps? Ouchie knees? Oh, I learned so many from that map. So many, and I have nothing to pair them to. Again, this kind of looks like people to me. Every language seems to have like a basic sort of stick figure scenario, but I could be seeing just what I want to see. And then maybe big circular ones are more like places? Or perhaps triangles are places. Triangles is more of a building-esque symbol to me. And circles are more like concepts, like find, seek. So maybe these are place names, like the factory. And perhaps some of these are more like people, scientists, devotees, etc. But I'm going to say that this is perhaps danger, though I'm sure it's something a little more specific than that. Hello, hello. Sorry I'm late to greet you. It is so nice to see you there. There you are. So nice to see you there. Welcome to the party. Welcome to the party. We're doing science. Alright. So just have a bit of a timed... Ooh. I went too early, apparently. Just stubbed my toe, something fierce. Very generous checkpoint of them. Ooh. Yeah. I should have just gone. I should have gone then. And exactly then. Alright. Wait for this to clear. Wait just long enough for it to clear. And then ass! We're hauling it. Alright, free and easy. And judging from the looseness of this robe, also quite breezy. What? Perhaps this is another open-close situation? Scientists may have slightly more complicated terminology for their valves than the devotees have for their doors. But this appears to be open-close, in which case this would be closed? Question mark? And that would be open? Is that this one? Yes. Close. It's the only context I'm sussing, so let's assume it's that. And then open this away. Leave it closed, so I'm not piping hot magma into someone's living room. We're obviously missing some bits and pieces. Come back when we've got bits and pieces. Aha, lovely. Ah, was that the, like, danger? Is danger death? Let's assume. Open. Close. Death or dead. Open, close. Perfect. Our first real in-factory knowledge gleaned. I came up the stairs to get here, so let's go in. Did I just steal a gold bar from them? And what does that mean? Is that, very obviously just gold? Does it mean gold? Which seems like a bit of a simple label, but accurate. Or is it more of like a, who does the gold belong to? Like the bank, or the vault. Also, what is the... what? It's like a pyramid with a circle. Our first instinct was that triangles may be places. I could be wrong. So it could be like bank, or it could be treasury. But let's try to keep it simple for now. We can get more complex with our guesses as we go along. I'm going to say that that is gold. When something is labeled so directly, let's trust it. I hope that my microphone is coming through okay. I had to redo the entire connection again. I hope it's not doing that staticky thing we had on our Dead Space run. But I have no way to verify these things. So, oh well. I guess we should pick a good color for Scientist Zone. It seems to be sort of a merry combination of Devotee orange and warrior pink, sort of pinkish, with maybe some additional science-y purples thrown in. Let's go purples. That's blue. It's a very light purple, but I'll take it. I'll take it. Alright, where are we? Free pickaxe? For me? First come, first serve pickaxe time? No? Should be. Using my little hinty, where are the interactables button more often. We've learned from the bardic zone and the monkey fruits therein. Alright, more free pickaxes. Locked. Fine. Looks like some sort of key card. Let me in! Let me in, damn you! Your mic sounds good. Thank you. Oh, goodness, I appreciate you. As I am... I was gonna say, without hearing like a bat, but I think all bats have is hearing. But you know what I mean. I'm completely without hearing, like a bat. Arrows to arrows, dust to dust. Perhaps this will save me from having to go in the death zone and crush my ankles. So what was this? Microphone, you're just in the way. Dot gold. It's in a very hilarious position. What would you call that? Wrong button. So it's like the background, the pyramid shape, is shared betwixt several symbols, including this one. This one also seems to have vaguely person-ish intonations, with the arm raised, holding what appears to be a billy club. But I'm completely guessing. It probably means something very different. So I don't know if we know enough to guess what that is, but it's like a processing facility, a mine, most simply. A gold mine, perhaps. Stairs up. Let's check down here, first and foremost. Alright, same symbol up front, but then a different one. What is stored in here? And is it also a mine-esque situation? Or is it perhaps yours? That's both my key cards used. I am now key cardless. And quite scared. Who said that? Oh, God. Are you okay? You help me, perhaps? Hold on one second. You help me. Well, I'd be glad to. Let me just jot down a few notes in my journal, and then I'll stop you from being crushed to death. My privilege. No reward? Okay, I get... No, it was my privilege. I'm sorry. I got selfish. Here's my reward. Some form of whistle. If I was to be holding that, I would say it is a lighter. But I'm not sure if that's how things work. It could be some form of fancy pen. I like it, though. I will take it. Alright, that it? No way beyond through the gates. No real indication of what is refined here, on this level at least. Take a peek down.
Yes. I love unlocking fast travel spots. Why am I doing this?
got so gravelly. That's just how excited I am about fast travel spots. Alright, these are communicating with the bards. We know the entire bard language, so we could translate the sent message? No, but we would need... We know what the sent message says. We cannot translate it. I'm getting ahead of myself. Brothers I am seeking, brothers the warriors are not. We desire science, brothers. You can fast travel only when enemies are not nearby and when you run quickly between the two spots. That is a bit of fast travel, as long as you're running quickly between the two spots. Alright, so that is unlocked. What have we here? This appears to be devotee language. Excuse me, warriors, plural? Don't? Plants. Don't F with. What's the symbol for F with? Alright, so this must be plant, then. Which is very good to know. Plant, plural. And warrior. Sort of a dangly arm man with a mace and chain. I gotcha. And then one of these is not? Could it perhaps be the barbell, for lack of a better descriptive? So let's say warrior. Warrior and not. Or no, or stop. Something like that. Warrior, plural, not. Warriors don't. And it does seem like science language is largely straightforward. It doesn't have the same Yodic leanings as bard language. Which, thank you. Thank you for that. Confuses the bally hell out of me. Though I do enjoy it so. Alright, plant. Warrior. And not. Perfect. Warrior, not plant. Warrior made of meat. Taste warrior and see. No, thank you. I don't know where you've been. Just to make sure I can't, like, retrieve a key card? No, okay. It's not a take one, leave one situation. I gotcha. Make that fast travel demon work for you. Yell at it what bills or utilities it pays to justify it making all that racket, and then tell it to carry you piggyback and go really fast if it wants to keep living here. It needs to earn its keep, and hope that the demon isn't angry and hungry and views you as an appetizer. I am delicious, let's be honest. If there's one thing the fast travel demon does not tolerate, it's hubris. So I'm in danger. Again, I have no idea what the thing is here. We found a lighter, we found a man with crushed bones, and there's a fast travel spot. We know that whatever the gold building is labeled, this one is also labeled, but what is the substance akin to gold that may reside here? There's a lot of barrels around, so maybe it's like a liquid substance? Or maybe those are gas canisters, but there's also barrels next to, say, the gold mine, if indeed that is what it is. So I don't know. We'll figure it out. Up these stairs. I hope you've been doing your calisthenics. I certainly haven't. I shouldn't be holding my breath when we go up the stairs. I think that's causing more harm than good. Ooh, is this a library? I mean, is this a library? Shh. I'm gonna peek at this guy's homework. Ah, drawing naughty pictures, I see. Not what I expected. Very lifelike, though. Ooh. It does indeed seem to be a lighter. Flick, flick. Fizzle, fizzle. What would this mean, then? Light and tur. I think that's it. I think this is probably tur. Is it, because there's the little arrow shape, is it like spin, effect, like activate, push? What are they trying to say? And then is that like flame, or is it the thing that creates flame? Maybe we'll get a journal page out of it. Nope, not yet. All right. Try to see, based on the context of the options provided, what those might be. We've seen this machine. So, number 1, it needs to be open. Good, good. Number 2, we need gold and 2 other mystery substances. Number 3, we pump it until it's in the red zone. Ha ha! Something we're very experienced with. And then number 4, you push the big button. When do you chugga the lever then? Which seems to be unlabeled. When do you chugga? I'd like to know. Can you make a quick copy of that for me? I'd love to have that referenceable at any old time. You're not going to. You're gonna be rude. Then we'll have to remember it all manually. Okay? Doorway out. I have not seen any big labels in here. Though we did sort of come in what appeared to be sort of a side entrance through the stairs. I wouldn't say that's the main entryway. So what if we peek out here? Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Something plural. So maybe it's not libraries as much as it is just books. Books. Plural. Or tomes, perhaps. We'll see. Book. Alright, where were we? Inspecting all the overdues. Number 2. 2 coins. But to my eyes, there are clearly more than that. Ah. Number 1 gold. Let's make sure that tracks. Let's try to find number 1. Number 1 gold. Okay, so the substance that these things are made out of. Would this be copper or bronze? I'm gonna say maybe copper. Copper coins. For the alliteration alone. So that would be this one. You're never gonna get me, copper! Alright. 3 is the little swoosh, and 4 is the traditional pyramid. Okay. What do we got then? Are there more of these little glass cases I missed at the front? No. Are they perhaps upstairs? Let me finish my downstairs investigation. That doesn't sound family friendly. First, and then we'll go up. You there. Sorry I'm being so loud with my stompy boot steps in the library. Okay, apparently I had in fact finished my investigation. You want book? Yes. Please. Some sort of steamy romance novel if you've got it on hand. Could you guide me to the Fabio section? Aha, case. Number 3. So that's like the curvy one, right? That also looks very much like copper. The most coppery thing I've ever seen. So what would the coins be then? I guess this could technically be brass, but I would think a copper mug was probably more likely. Strange. I'm going to label them both copper, and that's not going to get confusing. Don't worry. That's not going to get confusing at all. Coins? Let's take another look at it when we get back down there. Maybe I'm just seeing it weird. Maybe the orangey hue of the floors and wall are throwing me off. Where's the other case? The number 4 case. Same. Gotcha. Still missing traditional pyramid. My eyes do not bespy it. Aha! So if this would be scientists, would this be bards? And then, through the magical power of electricity, we're all joined into one beautiful, poncho-wearing gang. And that sort of seems to be like 2 figures. Encircled with friendship. Friendships? I don't know. I'm trying to think. We know that the bards call them scientists. We don't know what their word for themselves is. So do they call themselves scientists? A little hard to tell. So that would be... yes. Let's say scientist, for lack of a better answer. Boop. And... bard. I don't know why I can't keep anything in my head. This feels like it might end in a journal page. So maybe we'll get a couple of answers. After so many new symbols. However, what are we calling this? It seems to be friendship, but it has to be something that is plural. Friends, perhaps? I'm not sure about it, but let's say friend. Alright, you gonna give me a journal page? Still no. The answers are scarce in the scientist's realm. Which seems to be accurate. Me find a book about the bards. Or for the bards? So where is the 4th case? Let's check out here. There's the 4th case. Lovely. That kind of just looks like coal. And it's the traditional pyramid. Let's say coal. Until we know more. Just label it Sprouse for now. Okay. This is great. That's all I need to know. Hopefully it will tell us the substance that the coins are made out of. Coal and copper. Gold. Silver. Alright, silver coins. Carbon. That is a nice chunk of info. Thank you to the library. I do get a hat. Yes. Aw, there's just something inside the hat. I don't get to wear it? I don't know what either of those things mean, but that looks like a number, but like a very high number that I would have no idea how to translate. Thank you. Thank you for marking it down. Because it's like, this is 3, this is 5. If you move the 3 to the other side, is that like 30? And if you move the 5 way up top and to the other side, is it like 5? We know that these are single digits, like down and to the right, single digit. So if it was down there, it would be 3. If it was across, it would have to be 30, would be my guess. If it was on the right up top, it would be 300. And to the left up top, 3,000. I'm gonna need to know if that's at all correct. But first glance suppositions, not to be confused with the first glance suppositories. Appear to be more numbers there, but nothing I can interact with or take. Okay. It does not seem to tell me how to define numbers. It just seems to be a bit of science-y flavor lore, which is delicious. Another fast travel. Lovely. So I can get back up here if need be, if that collection of formulas is indeed important. Alright, so this is warriors and bards. I can translate that. I just need to remember that bards flip it. Warriors love music. So, music. No memory whatsoever. There's instrument music. Warriors love. How did they do plural again? It would be warrior. And then plural. Love. Perfect. And chosen come to the fortress. So, how would they say that? Chosen one, come to the fortress. To the fortress, chosen come. I have no idea. So maybe fortress, chosen go. If it had to be 3 symbols only. Fortress. Idiot. No, I meant... Oh, man. We've got a diplomatic incident. Fortress, bard, go.
Oh.
Perfect. Alright, switching sides. Now we're in warrior language. It should be a little simpler. So, the chosen possess instruments. Chosen is plural and instrument is plural. Chosen possess instruments. Alright. How did plural work for warrior language? I know it's 2 in devotee. I think it's just this. But I forget if it goes before. I think it does go before, based on the first one up there. Warriors. So, plural. Chosen. Plural chosen. Plural instrument. Have. Instrument. And then carry, possess, was it? I feel like I saw that one as we were scrolling by. There it is. Carry, possess. Ah, okay. Instruments bards possess. We did chosen instruments possess. Maybe we just take them at their word. Instruments. Chosen. Possess. Ah. Plural definitely goes before. What am I not getting right? Pardon me for one moment. Oh, good. I was off camera for that. Such an itchy nose. All right. We've tried instruments, bards possess. We've tried bards, instruments possess. Is there another way to try it? Because it's going into warrior language, so it doesn't need to be... It can be in its clearest form, but we've tried both of what I assume would be the clearest form. Carry and possess instruments. The bards do. It seems to be much more complicated. Alright. Maybe I don't need to be pluralizing something I'm pluralizing and need another symbol instead. I think chosen, possess instruments is not one we've tried. There it is. Keep it real simple. Okay, now, music bards love to play, so chosen love to play, to make music. Beautiful. To the fortress, why did I say that so weird? To the fortress, bards will come, so the bards, the chosen... will come. Go. Fortress. Perfect. I love making connections. We've got a full triangle going on. So that would be between... bards and warriors, and they said the bards are coming to the fortress to play music. For the warriors.
Oh.
I would like to see. That would be level 2, right? To take a quick peek. Just a gander. It's always funny that I warp in wearing my giant hat, even though I hope I'm not in danger of being stabbed through the gullet anymore with all the hard diplomatic work we've been doing. We did get that lens, yeah. I was like, are we still waiting for an item to appear? But we needed the lens for the telescope, so we have our item. Okay, where would they be playing music? There was like that big combat arena area. Maybe this way? Maybe they've repurposed it into some sort of amphitheater? I hope that they've also rounded up the local lizard population and given them all stately hats. But this is sort of secondary to the general goals of the community. There's a much more lively tune being played. Hello down there. Lovely. One night only? Special concert? Warriors do not seem to be big dancers, it seems. They're standing stock still to watch the performance. But that's okay. That's okay. Alright, lovely. We have created a connection. cultural and hopefully love-wise, between the bards and the warriors. With the warriors, it's all just mosh pits and walls of death. Probably. When you've got such sturdy headwear, you get into all manner of mischief. The bards are unholy spirits. Demons possessing their instruments, they play, counting the stars backwards to display their dark allegiance to Mephisto. I knew it! It all makes sense now. I think they'd be flattered by this. Like, oh, made us sound really cool. Okay, I'll pick up the torch. No, it's fine. I'll go pick up the torch. I should have assumed. Just like with me and Hugh Jackman, I'll always be carrying the torch. What? Sorry, I got distracted. Thinking about Hugh Jackman. Alright, we're starting to learn scientist language, but we do not know enough. Scientists do not want death. Do not want to be dead. Stop it, warriors. Come back around to that. Alright, wow, this is very, very tall, very high up the tower. I don't know why I was expecting us to still be a plank away or so. Where am I? Oh. Shortcut door? Just outside the library, is it? Or the books, technically. Just outside the books. Where does this go? Ah, one of those fancy doors. I don't know if every time, but like at least 2 times we've found one of these fancy doors in the past. It also came with a translation key. I'm being greedy. No such luck here, it seems. They have given us translation keys elsewhere that other levels did not. Where does this go? Aha, level 2. So let me take a look at this one more time. Now that we have information, we went this way. There's like a gold mine and a silver mine potentially. I'm gonna just call that mine because I can't imagine what else it would be. A place that processes these types of ore. What else would you call it? I mean, there's plenty of words. You could call it a foundry. You could call it a smelter. Well, I'm gonna go mine. Mine silver, mine gold. Get your own. Alright. So, how come we came from the library, or from the books, and yet that doesn't seem to be a label? It's a little weird. Yeah. Why wouldn't that be on the map? Hello, sir. Nice to see you. Welcome back. And happy Saturday, depending on the time zones. This looks like a very fancy door. I see you out there, Lemony Snicket. Calm down. Calm your ass. I say we just shove the entire gold bar in. Bribe the door into opening. And that's gonna work. That's gonna work out. Whew. There's so many... so many complicated machines, and I can't even keep in, like, the general layout of the area in my head, let alone which complicated machines lead to what. So we have copper, carbon, gold, and silver. We seem to be full of copper and carbon, but are requiring 2 bars each of the other. Let's see what happens when we provide. Ah, it gives you 2 bars, so we just need 1 silver bar. I presume And then what is going on over here? No clue. Not a single. These are like one. Seem to be weights. So there's like a specific amount of weight I need to apply in order to dispense perhaps a silver bar. But why would it be based on weight and not like ingredients provided? I feel like there must be more to that we have not found yet. Ooh, that looks like the key to the fancy door. So we're inputting all of those metals in order to fuse them into some sort of alloy and then forge it into the shape of the key. And would this be like, forge, commence, number 2, number 1? It's also on the floor here. What would you call that? Key making. The locksmith. We have a blocked door. This must be back to level 1, which I have a lot of left unexplored. Regret to inform you that it is now Sunday in my location. I'm terribly sorry, and happy Sunday. Instead of what I said, most incorrectly. I hope that it has been a lovely day. Me find a something. Me seek want that something. Or a different something. Which appears to be number-based. In some form. Okay. Show me what's in the lower level. It looks like a clock. So we got like 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. Ooh, is it giving us these? Yeah. Well, it's giving us the ones that guy said. Neither. This one is on there, isn't it? Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9? Perhaps 9? Or perhaps I'm very bad at counting and the forks do not. The forks do not counting. It looks like everyone's waiting at the food door, which does have a symbol on it that perhaps means, food? Most simply, maybe cafeteria? Mess hall. I'm just gonna say food. Food place. And on the clock, we have some time until it opens. We could sit here and wait until it opens and then take a peek inside the mess hall. We could keep exploring and come back. Let me try to see if it expends any time going through doorways. Not really. Tied to some underlying clock. We'll just be patient. We'll be patient then. I want to get my victuals. Good morning. It's also Sunday there. Lovely to catch your stream over a lazy Sunday breakfast. Welcome. I'm so happy to see you there. I looked at the long hand of the clock and I was like, it's over the food. We made it. I only had to be patient for 10 seconds. No, we need big hand. I'm so glad you guys caught me. With my cookie jar in my hands. You came at the best time, shoving gold bars into special places. I'm assuming that's how you desired for it to be read. With the eyebrows, is that... You've heard of a desire path, but are you ready for desire brows? I should talk to them while we're waiting. Food is closed. Food opens at 4. Perfect. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just gonna double check that I don't have any of these other... Like this could just be... 7? Is it? Let's try that at 7. We also have the rest, and I'm not sure why it's not, like, letting me inspect the clock to unlock them for my journal. Let me try one more time on this side of the stairs. I would like to unlock all of the numbers, and we have some just sitting there, all cold and shivery. But okay, I'll wait. I'll just try to keep them in my head. Almost food open time. Food open 4. We're busy bribing the health code inspector so we can pass. Something about not washing our hands and keeping food in safe conditions. Well, I mean, you only need to handle food so safely when it's all going to be passed through some sort of aardvark filtering tube, I would assume. So I'll give him an A. I know I'm an outsider here, but A+. It's time. I hope you're hungies. Oh, I see. Everybody gets to go in before I can even move. Ah, and they've taken all the turkey legs. Okay, fine. Food open! Oh, this guy was in here early. He had the mash, and he is sleepy now. Slipped him a bit of that sleepy time tea. Okay. I'm just stealing the cutlery. Silver. Maybe I can melt this down into a gold bar, I guess? Not into a gold bar. That's silly. You silly goose. But into a silver bar, probably. Oh, and it opens the back door. Usually buying me dinner will get you that sort of access. What? So it's not that machine that creates the bars. That's the machine that I require the bar in. Where was the bar machine? I know we passed it, and we've only really been on this side of things. So let's check in and around here. I frankly don't remember what came before this. Ah, that's right. Secret study room of the library. This is such a fascinating game. You recently got it after seeing me play, and it was a lot of fun. I am loving it. I'm so glad you had the chance. It's like such a fun game to stream, but it's also one of those games that it's like, if you watch me stream it, you're going to have foreknowledge that spoils the experience to some small extent, no matter how you decide to play. So I appreciate you guys spoiling yourselves. But I'm glad that you got to finish it without my interference. That's fantastic. Because it is fascinating, and it's like such a satisfying process. I know it's not rocket science, but it makes me feel smart and accomplished every time. So I don't feel like the bar making machine was down here. But this is kind of the only place we've been. Was it on the other side of the gold mine? I seem to remember there being some machine out there. So let's take the normal entrance into the gold mine. I'm also curious about, like, the levers halfway along that minecart track. If there's a way to stop it, perhaps. Maybe I'm thinking of the lockers, and there is no machine here. This is where we got the gold. So I know good, it is here. Whew. I was about to lose my mind. Okay, so we saw some sort of diagram that was... Number 1, this needs to be open. Number 2, you provide your raw material. There was something number 3-ish off to the right, but there's nothing interactable off to the right, so I'm gonna... Oh, this pumps it. Yeah, it was put the gauge in the red line. And this will get us there. Great. Commence! It's very hot. Don't put it in your mouth. I need the silver stamping thing. Otherwise, this isn't going to be a traditional gold or even silver bar. Excuse me. I tried to make an awkward fake cough and hurt myself to the point where I needed to make an awkward real cough. Alright, hopefully, symbolless or no, this machine will accept this bar. Do we take the stairs, or let's go a new way? We haven't gotten to try the elevator yet. And this should put us right in elevator territory. I also have not gone over here. I'll save it. I'll save it for later. But remember, floor 1, off to the right. Okay, now I just need to remember where that other machine was. It is past the big ornate door of fanciness. And love, I imagine. A door that fancy and ornate has to involve love. There's so much more to this. I got excited thinking, we can make progress because I've created silver. I'm a genius, but I don't know what to do with this. There's obviously, something at play there. So we have all the raw materials, I assume we require. We need to find the correct weight to press them or something, and then we can form them into the key. And there also might be like an order in which the materials have to be poured and a specific individual weight for each material. We need to find something to guide us thence. Let me race back down here. We'll start on the first floor right and work our way upwards along the right side. So cool how they've developed each of the languages. I really like stuff like that in games. And I know it must be an incredible amount of work, so I'm always very grateful for these fun sorts of alternate universe language puzzles. Alright. Something that can be pluralized that involves science. Is it like individual classrooms? Classroom 1, classroom 2, the classroom we do not speak about under any circumstances, and have torn the sign down in a rage. This looks more like a laboratory than anything. Ah, is this like mine? Food? Book? And the new one, which I didn't pay good enough attention to. Was it this? No. Let me see. What was I just looking at? It is that, isn't it? No, this. Strange. That is the one for, like, seemingly labs. That one I am a little confused about, because it's like on the map, it lists that with completely different symbols that I'm not sure I know. So maybe I'm missing something about the library. This definitely seems to be the kitchen cafe area, and I do assume this is mine. So I'm kind of thinking I might be off on book. But I could be off on lab, too. Maybe it's like Feels like that would be Lab 1, Lab 2. And they're bubbling away with their Erlenmeyer flasks in here, so... what could I be missing on book? Let me race back and find a map. I can try at least the other symbols they list here. Good afternoon, so nice to see you. Good afternoon, my heathens. Get out the riding crop. It's time. Because book does not seem to be any of the symbols up here that denote library to me. So it's like maybe this is library, and the fact that it contains books is completely secondary to the name of the place. But what was like above that, or below it? It seems like you go up the stairs from the gold mine and you're in the library, to the best of my knowledge. Then there might be like the fancy door is what this defines. So let's say that this is library. And I mean, we don't even really need to. Let's just put it here. There we go. Refectory. For your num-nums. Laboratory and mine. Great. Alright. So the fact that the library contains books and it's heavily advertised does not change its nature, nor its label upon the map. Fair enough. That is a little confusing, but I like it. Alright, we're filling this in nice. Gold mine, silver mine, pardon me, laboratories and refectory. The library here. I don't know if that applies to the fancy door, but it might. And then we're still missing something off to the right. Okay. Take me back. Back from whence I came. I love your outfit. You want to trade? Throw your petticoats across the chasm. I'm ready for them. Don't go. I'm never gonna have his petticoats. Oh, he's back. Petticoats me. Petticoats me now, Daddy. He's gone again. Excuse me. I'm laughing too hard. Alright, what have we here on the big board? He can't be in here. He'll see the big board. Seemingly like a bunch of elements combining to make one beautiful thing, which would be the key, presumably. But what would scientists call the key? And then no idea what this implies. Maybe it's like a process. Forge the elements into the key. I'm not entirely sure on those. Do we have any context from others that have that circular symbol? That it could be like a concept, but it doesn't really tell me anything specific. And then this one I'm not sure of, but it's the one we saw on the lighter, right? So is it like flame? Flaming, forging, heat? Something? Let's just call it fire for now. So when you apply fire underneath these three elements combined, the door will unlock. But is it key, or is it like the process of the key, or... Let's see if it shows up anywhere else. Oh, what did you call me? Me, or we, me plural, seek, want, Lumiere from Beauty and the Beast, assumedly. And also another thing that's up there on the big board, but I don't know what that is. Alright, so maybe Lumiere is in some way attached to that if we see that symbol again. Or maybe they want two separate things. This guy appears to be cradling a broken arm. Ouch. Sprained his elbow. He was trying to back fist a hanging bag, and he stepped too close and just hit his elbow right into it and overextended. And ouch. I know nothing of what you're saying, sir. I have not stumbled across these symbols before in my travels, but I can't wait to converse with you about your tender elbies. This looks fun. This looks fun and complicated. Oh, okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10, it switches, yeah, so the one on the other side, 10, 11, 12, blah, 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 and then 20 would be 2 on that side. So I think we might be correct about the numerical system, but we don't yet know which side of the top 2 is hundreds and which one is thousands, or if it's lower than that, if it's like 50 and 100. I don't know how big their numerical system gets, if you know what I'm saying. How big does it get, scientists? And what is this? Ah, I can move it. Okay, so well, that's confused me. I guess if it's on the top. On here, it also goes to the top. On the other one? Nope, that still confused me. So why would 1 equal 1,000 if what we're thinking is correct? Therefore, making me think that what we're thinking is not correct. Okay. I don't quite know how that's translating. But it's a very cool little machine. It looks like I need to slip something in. I don't know if that's like the key we need to make. It has like a cross pattern. And we need to program it with some specific sequence of numbers or one magic number. Great. We should have the whole 1 through 10 now, I assume. So this would be 0, right? Naught. This would be 9. 7. Which would mean that I wish we could look at the clock face one more time, as I have long since forgotten. All of these are used except for this. So we're still missing 1 that we do not know? Is that what I'm to believe? Why wouldn't I already have it? Either way, let's figure out what this one means. On the ruler, one more time. 8, I think. So I'm just missing 6, or I have it, but I'm not seeing it. Why? How could we not know what 6 is if it's on the ruler? I'm just gonna throw 8 in here, so I don't get confused. 6 on the ruler would be swoop. Just a little swoop. So why have I not unlocked it? Maybe I need to find a specific location where 6 is. You're gonna drive home now. Or you're going to drive now. Love you, bye. Bye for a bit. Is that thing a calculator? That's a good thought. That it's adding them together, which is what's confusing me. That could definitely be the case. I guess my only thought is, why isn't it like, if I put 1 down here, should that apply to 1 equals 1. 1 times 1 is 1. But I'm probably just misunderstanding a fundamental mathematical principle of their language. Whoop. Lumieres, plural. Okay. Pity I can't seem to hover over any of the below information. Not that it's necessarily important. It looks like they're trying to find one singular number that applies to various different substances. So there's like a formula, one number for each, that we'll have to... Perhaps is the weight for the machine upstairs? Though I don't know what this means. Maybe it means attempts, or formulas, or weight. I don't quite know. Quick peek up here. See where it leads. That's what I was hoping. So that should take us to the second level right-hand side. Let's stay down here for now. Laboratory number 2. Assuming this will lead right back out to where we took a detour. Yeah, let's not worry about that. Let's keep going this way. Though there is one more door I need to take there. And this one is blocked, eh? They do not want me to know which laboratory this is, but if they are in sequence, it would be Laboratory 3. Fire. Something fire. Private Wang. No doubt. Private Wang fire. Okay. So... that's interesting. Like a chrysalis butterfly transformation. To quote a circus ringleader that I love. Transformation, that is like atoms, molecules, and then monster, perhaps, and fear? Or scary and scared? Why do I not have 6? I know what 6 is. Deep inside my mind, I already know what 6 is. Why are you teasing me? It's fine, you can keep teasing me. Alright, so transformation, is that this one? Like fire and 3 elements causes transformation? Or is that one the elements themselves and should be 1 lower down? I'm not sure. This seems to be, like, one of these has to be monster, right? Like, the monster hates fire. Or is scared of fire. Perhaps this is both of the ones I need. So if it's in normal sequence, which it should be, let's say this is monster. And this is scared? Then what would we have for, like, fundamental elements? I don't think it would be fire. Though that is a fundamental element. Scientist, bard, friend. We have a couple that are completely unlabeled. This, the one that, like, Lumiere involves... involves the potential transformation symbol? Got it. Formulas. Perfect. Monster and fear. Alright, that is fantastic. Transformation. Formula. Monster, fear. So, I walk right in, I assume? I walk right on in, confidently. Don't mind if I do. Flick, flick. Alright. Fire. And would that be... a furious rotation. So much rotation. Friendship? Or help? Those are all numbers. Help. And what would rubbin? What's the scientific word for rubbin? I'm brute forcing it. This is cheap and tawdry. Make fire. Help. Help, I just made fire. And now it's burning down the dance floor. We got a good chunk of scientist language translated. I don't know where in the hell we're supposed to find the number 6. And then we've got, like, what, 2 more pages beyond that? Or maybe 1 more page. Since most of those numbers are already spoken for. Let's see what's in the darkness. Vents. Vents are in the darkness. Does that give me 6? Finally? Finally stopped being selfish? Have you? It's weird that you have to wait that long. I guess they just assume you're gonna look at the first floor and unlock all of them there. 6, 7, 8, 9. Zero. Beautiful. So that's everything. Symbol-wise, we have the whole language at our fingertips now. Maybe just 2 more pages of transformation, and we'll have science locked down. What would be the code? Laboratory 3. I've got this thing from the hat, right? But I'm not entirely sure we know this yet. If it's what I think it is, it would be 503. And that one has evaded me. 9. 5039. But I don't know if this is the correct hat. 5039. Sweet. It is indeed the correct hat. What happened in here? Somebody throwing a tantrum? I'm just now remembering about the whole monster situation. You found the formula! You found the transformation. Okay, so this above circled is the correct formula for gold, silver, and carbon? Is that one? Okay. You gonna write that down for me? Pretty please? Gotcha. Alright, so the formula. Gold, silver, carbon. We're going to have to translate the numbers for ourselves, but that shouldn't be terribly difficult. It is going to be very difficult when it can only apply to weights, but we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. We have the formula. Looks like somebody just exploded over here. And their feet prints got and hand prints got progressively bigger as they crawled towards this hole in the floor. I can't even imagine fitting one of those hands. Don't mind me. Just sitting up here holding the thing that you hate, taunting you. Alright, let's get the hell out of here. Never speak of this again. Alright, we got the formula to make the key. We have all the raw materials we need to make the key. Let's just make sure we have no other unexplored pathways. That was the only one I was worried about. Leads back here. Stairs up. But first, let's see if we can figure out some of these on this calculator. So let's say gold would be what I assume is 1,405. 1405. I just don't know if this is a puzzle to solve, or is this something that helps me? If this just helps me translate the numerical language is what I was trying to get at. These should be zeros and 5? I don't know if it matters if they're both. No, that's not correct. These must be getting added together in some way. So I don't feel as though that's necessary until we have something that can fit into that X. But I wish I was doing the groundwork to understand it now, because I'm just going to have to sit there and figure it out later. Okay, food is closed, and is that the only thing on the upper level right? It may in fact be. So, let's see if we can get back to the machine. The transformation machine, for lack of a better word. Transformation! And, if we're starting with silver, that would be in the hundreds. This one? 800? And 12? 812. So what is this, like 500 pounds each for those? This would be 2, 3, 400. How do we get to 5, 6, 7, 8? And 12 would be 812? Silver? Commence. Doink. Alright, and assumingly we have to do all of them. Without going to the other machine, because it's not just a matter of pouring the correct amount of silver and then creating the bar. That would be unwise. So let's do gold next, which we already figured out, but I've already forgotten. 1,405? 1405. Say gold. 1,000. Just clear that out. 1,405? Is that right? 500, 500, 200, 100, 105. Gold. Finally. Carbon. Weird that we're not using copper at all. But I guess we need our mugs. We need mugs for later. Carbon is just 40... What is that, 6? 46? Very little carbon required. Get out of here. Get out of here with your selfish, it's all about me ass weighing down the scale. Okay, so 40... No! I'm so sad. Does that wipe out the whole thing? I assume. I just tried to go up and I went to the right instead. Wait, way out the whole thing. Yeah, sorry, I messed up. Okay, here we go again. What a shame. Don't click until you're sure that your fingies are in the right spot. Let's just start with gold. 1,405. Sorry about this. Quick detour to rehash the entire puzzle again. Just, making sure you're following along. Didn't want to breeze through it with my huge incompetence. Alright, silver was 812. Silver. Good. I think that's right. And then this one was 46, was it? Clear these all out. Don't you dare. Don't you dare push that button. You little snossage, you. We're on carbon. We need 46. Okay. Don't push the button. Don't do it. No easier way to do it than this. 45, 6. Okay. Let's see if that did it. Transform! Autobots. I don't feel, judging from the shape of this, that we'll be able to fit it into those X-shaped slots. So maybe that is just that whole calculator machine is just to teach you how to do it. And I'm not sure why it already makes sense to me in a completely different way, but the calculator does not. I'm sure that I'll need to speak to my therapist about this. But let's slip this on in. What do we got? What do we got? I also think we have the entire scientist language if we get to another fast travel point. Though we're still missing a log entry, it seems. Did I miss one? No? Alright. Must be something else, some other context we need to see in here. What would that be? What would the context be that we need to see in here? Because this is looking like a very much new and different area. Sort of diagram of the tower with a new language that I do not understand. Second floor of the tower would be like warriors? But is that specifically second floor, or is it just tower? And is this flanking either side a plural modifier? Some sort of crying mask. The crying mask, folks. I'm super happy. I was sort of wondering if science wasn't the final language, so this is fantastic that there's an entirely new area. But why have I not finished, science language? What journal entry am I missing? Alright, so that might be the symbol for tower, as it is the only thing that's labeled directly as such. I don't know what this is implying. It seems like the top floor of the tower is bad. No, don't go there. Don't you go there. But the words in yellow are like the original inscription. The red seems to have been graffitied on later. Which one of these would imply people? If that word is tower, the top could be like, the people of the tower. But then what would alone be? If you don't go to be with the people of the tower. You are alone? And the first symbol of the top line equals, I would assume, equals this now? I don't think we have enough info to know. But I kind of feel like this is the word for being solo, solitudinous, and maybe this is people? No, that's not people. Okay. These both seem like transitory words, but they're not. That does mean people. Exile. What an interesting word for it. You've been kicked out of the tower. So tower, people, exile. Why is people flanking as though it's a plural? I guess it's just above above the people down there. I thought that it affected the tower in some way, but it's just the groups down below. Okay, so I don't know what any of these are then. Something people exile. Strange. In one sense it would be nice to press on into this new area until we find a fast travel thing and then return to the scientists, but it's also not that hard to navigate through Scientist Realm. It's a pretty straight shot, and I just want to know why I don't have the journal entries for them yet. I seem to do that with bards, too. Due to my lack of monkey fruit. So, like, there's something I haven't seen. Maybe it's a person I haven't spoken to. Or maybe I need to solve that calculator puzzle. There's something I haven't seen that will unlock a journal page that will let me officially complete the language and get the little swirlies around me. Maybe it's this? Because I don't know what those mean. To this day. The copper mine is closed. So what are those? This one has some similarities with formula in some way. No. I don't have any guesses. I'm sorry I lied to you. But it does seem to be the door. Like let me just go to the library and then straight out this way. Whatever is here should be what those words are trying to describe. And it's just the door. So what would we call that? We don't know what the place is called beyond. Other than just further up the tower. Let me start on this side and just make sure there's nothing we haven't interacted with or spoken to. No one we haven't spoken to. I'm sure I've looked at all these papers. Creating fire makes a lot more sense now. You seek one book. Yes, yes. No, you go back. You go back up. I kind of like these later passes, too, because they let you see things you weren't quite sure of, that you haven't gone back and double-checked yet. The bards and the scientists are friends, yet they seem to have forgotten this, and live alone from one another. Me find a book about the bards. So it's like there's something in his that I haven't translated, right? We need a journal page that includes chosen and book. So I kind of feel like we're in the right spot. Because his sentence should be complete and a little less grammatically strange if we had gotten all of those. I just don't know why we haven't already unlocked a journal page for it, because it seems like it would be this that... Ah, what about this mural back here? Is this what I'm missing? I meant to look at this as we passed, and I did not. So, the bards make... Now we're talking. Ooh, perfect. I think this is absolutely all of them. So, scientist, bard, friends, book. I just can't believe I've done that twice now. I missed the monkey fruit, and now this. So, is this a new type of person that we don't know about? Some sort of wand-wielding mask wearers. I'm gonna assume that's the door and this is the person. Fairy. Okay. The wand-wielding mask fairies. You have completed the alchemist's language. Thank goodness that didn't take as long as I worried it would to rectify. Just needed that one mural, and I swear I saw it, and I was like, ooh, I'm really excited to look at that. And then I got distracted when we saw the case down here. And I got all into finding out what copper and gold, etc. is. Okay, so now, if there are any translations between the scientists that we have not done yet, which if we can find a fast travel map, we should be able to tell, we should now have the complete language at our disposal, and we are safe to continue on. We have been keeping these quite well to a 2-hour session for each civilization, but we're only at 1 hour and 40 minutes, and I'm kind of thinking, if this is the finale, up top, I don't know where we would go from here. We're running out of tower. Was one of them down in, the side passage of this mine? Or was it a dead end, and I'm not remembering correctly? There was something down here, but I don't know if it was a fast travel. It was. Whew! So let's see. Do we have any dots unspoken for? This one, in fact, is a dot unspoken for. Okay, brothers I am seeking. So I am seeking brothers. And that's not plural. Me. It's not like we are seeking. It's just I. I fear brothers. Help is close. Find? It's not quite. Seek. There we go. Not quite the same. Brothers. Would that just be friend? And then plural. How do they do plural again? You'd think I should know. After everything we've been through, you think I should know how to do plural. It's after, right? So, friend or brother. Brother. Plural. Brothers, the warriors are not. The warriors are not brothers. So, warrior, plural. I don't know why. Every time I'm like, that has to be it. It's a guy holding a sword. That's warriors. Nope. And that's why I get into so much trouble. Because it has nothing to do with the way that they look. Alright, warrior, plural. Brothers are not brothers. I guess brother would have to be plural, so I just need not, right? Not. Thought it was up here somewhere. Maybe I'm crazy. brother. It's like the exact opposite of where my brain lied to me that it was. Perfect. Alright. I found a book. A book I found. And it's just 3, so book I found. Idiot I be. Oh no. Book. Me? Is that the only I we have? Book me found. Perfect. We are brothers. Brothers, plural. We, plural, are. I don't know why I think it's going to be a good idea to go side to side when they're, like, offset like this. It makes it much more difficult. I should just be going up and down. But here we are. Took me so long. I searched the entire thing. Okay, so brother, plural. Ah, and this is the other kind of plural. Brothers. Me, plural? Is we? And then R, or B. Brothers we be. R. Brothers, we are! I agree. We are brothers. Not you. Me. Plural. Brother, plural. We are brothers. Just one more, maybe 2 more connections to make? I'm not sure. Perhaps just 1. Alright, I should go back and check these. Let's see if we've discovered... I think these might have both been scientist discussions. And we should be able to get them now. Perfect. Alright, you help me. It's the only one I didn't look at because I thought it was a number at first glance. You... I thought help was over here. Somewhere. And I shouldn't trust that at all. Help me. Plants are dying. Carbon? Carbon is dying. I mean, technically it's true. Plant. An is. That's dead. Which we will need. Plural plants. Plants dying. Plants death. That's right. Sometimes it's hard to know if you're looking for another word or just an addition to an existing word. I don't want plants to die. So that would be like me. Not. Seek. For plants, plural, death. Alright. Back to devotee language. This is a breath of fresh air compared to the complexities we've been dealing with. I will help you. Yes, you. Me? Me help. I wish that it just, like, expanded the tree out with a little label of what each of them was, so you didn't have to mouse over every one of them again. Thank you for bearing with me with all my rabid clicking. I will create a formula for your plants. Ooh, thank you, science. Alright, so me... create formula. Should be it. Potion? Is that like the closest comparison to formula? I will make a potion. Alright, so there are more connections than just to that last bubble. I'm assuming that last bubble may be our brand new language zone. Something has changed in the tower again. I'm trying to remember what the last one we did was. Like what the subject of it was. And why is it so hard to remember? But this one we should go back and check the garden area, and see what's changed. I completely forget. Oh, thank you very much for the gifted sub. You anonymous, gorgeous person, you. That is very kind. You got so lost trying to navigate each level. You need maps and directions. It was really nice having a map in the scientist zone. Okay, so I gotta remember I need to get to the garden, and then there was one other change that I needed to get to. I think it was between scientists and the bards. But we'll figure it out. Let's go to Warrior Zone. I don't need to go anywhere. I was like, well, where do I go from here? Just right here. Okay, the alchemists want to help the monster. Do you? It's very sweet of you. It does seem like when we were in Laboratory 3, which shall not be spoken about, they were trying to transmute various substances into the requisite material to create a key for the door, and at some point somebody ingested some, or got too close to the batch, and exploded into the monsters we have seen chasing us throughout the various underdarks of the world. And yeah, science should indeed try to rectify that mistake. If it was once, I don't know if they're human, but scientist, or are they dancer? It would be lovely to help them. Okay, alchemists want to help the monster. They would call them scientists here, right? And would it be plural? Plural scientist. Which in warrior language is before? Not chosen. Scientist. Want help. Want help, Bellman? We've created Synthahol. Not seeing a want, but there is a duty, and maybe to warriors they just really want duty, or maybe I missed it. Seek and want, there, okay, so scientists want help. Was there a monster, or do warriors call it fear? There must be something more specific than that. Big fear. Death? The impure? I don't think so. That's what they call the devotees, right? And I don't really want to lose the whole lineup we've created by guessing wrong here. So I would think it would be fear. It could be death. I'm just trying to remember if there was any iconography of the monster in the warrior's place at all. I kind of don't think they've had run-ins with it, It's just the bards and the scientists that have met the monster. But now we need the warriors' help to corral them. We need to introduce the concept. I'm going to call the bellman a monster. I think that's correct. I'm going to try fear. Fingers crossed. Nope. All the way back to the start, then. Plural scientists. Want help. Death? No. Impure, perhaps. And I've just been mistaken the entire time that they were talking about the devotees? But maybe the mix-up was that the entire reason the warriors were keeping the devotees out of the upper levels of the tower is due to the impure. And I just got confused thinking they were keeping the impure out. And it was the other way around entirely, which is my own biases at play, and I'm humbled. Want help? Impure? There we go, now we're talking. That kind of flips my understanding of impure on its head. The alchemists are afraid. Plural. Scientist. Fear. The alchemists don't want to die. Well, you're not alone in that. But the warriors do not fear death. So not want. Not want to carry or possess. No, it's heavy. Death. Warriors like that. The warrior mural seemed to show the impure as demons. They definitely did. As compared to the halo-wielding bards in all of their angelic glory. Warriors are not afraid of the impure. So plural warrior, or warrior plural, rather. Warrior plural. Not fear. Fear, fire, it's all the same. Monster. Warriors will help the scientists. Warrior plural. Help scientist plural. Scientist. Alchemist is what they call themselves. Makes a lot of sense. Alright, I think that should be all the connections we currently have unlocked. Yeah, everyone's got a dot. So we should check the garden in the devotee zone. We should check something in the bard zone. I can't quite remember. And then we should check laboratory 3 in the alchemist zone and see if we can spot the changes. Let's head to the garden real quick. And thank you for taking this adventure with me. I love to see the little changes and the interweavings of everyone's culture once you switch things around. I guess it would have been easier to take the other fast travel. We'll sneak. It's fine. I'll go for some sneaking. Some sneakies. You didn't see me. You saw nothing. Go look at that bell. See if anyone's outside. See if they're pantsless and shivery in the cold. Run for it. Alright. This should poop me out relatively near the garden. Schlorp. That was unnecessary. That was an unnecessary added sound effect. And if I had any self-respect, I would apologize. plants are looking better. Hey, thanks. You and your little snoot. You and your little snoot for schnifflin'. What a treat it is to work amongst cultures, to play off of our strengths and weaknesses. Not so much the weaknesses, but you know, fill in for each other. Our weaknesses. Okay. So to get to the nearest, go through the cemetery. Yes, I remembered. This would have been a lot faster if I'd just gone to the other. the other one. But I don't remember how things are connected. Okay, so we saw their change. Next would be something in the Bard's territory, right? I forget what their conversation was about. We can maybe double check it. I don't think this is the right one. Yeah, we already got that one a while back. So it was in The Alchemists that we had the conversation about going to the Bards. Let me check if it's this one. It's definitely the right zone. But I feel like there's one fast travel point that I want to check that I can't remember where it is at all. And it's not as though they give you information about these things. Brothers I'm seeking. You found a book. We are brothers. Brothers we are. Maybe that just takes them to the library. Like bards to the library. Because they both appreciate books and art. But there's something else. Let me see what this one was. Maybe it's the one I'm thinking of. I'm sorry to be so confused. Yes, this is the one I was thinking of. And look at that. We have some sort of trolley station? Assuming this would go down to the Bard's area? Let's see where it ends up. I'm always down for a little incline. Apparently we don't get to follow the player character anymore. Oh, perfect, right to the entrance. So maybe this can also be used by the warriors quite rapidly to help them get to Laboratory 3. Because the warriors only have to take the elevator up to Bardland. This is lovely. Everyone's working together. So that's the one I was trying to find, because I think that's where we started this whole mess. Though I wasn't expecting it to also be right there on the cliff's edge. But this is perfect. So let's quickly jot down to Laboratory 3, and then we can go back to our new area, and we will be all caught up. As I was saying before, we had like 20 minutes remaining where we could have explored the final area. I've wandered for that entire time, and wasted that entire time in our wanderings. And blissfully so. So we could now save the final chapter for another session. And I could race off to find warm mashed potatoes in my microwave. But I'm just groping for excuses to extend this game now, because I've been having such a good time with it. I don't want for it to end. Laboratory 3. See what they're doing. Oh, warriors. It's not grunting and howling anymore. But they're also not in Laboratory 3. Let's check the other labs. just stairs, right? Don't necessarily want just stairs. Take me to lab 2. Ooh, now we're talking. Hey, warriors. Okay, so they're investigating some sort of cure for our inebriated friend here. Alchemically inebriated. Ooh, and you've got diagrams about the various substances that might turn them back into human form. I'm so proud of you guys. Mwah! Kisses for your little schniffler. Good on ya. Alright. I think we are all caught up and can return through the door to the above world. Let me head that away. And then we'll have a rough decision to make. Do we save the final zone? I don't know what to call that language or people. I guess fairies is what the scientists call them. To the realm of the fairies. Do we want to press on, or do we want to save them until tomorrow and make one big finale session? Extended over the weekend. I think that might be wise. As much as I'm desperate to keep playing. Because now we get to switch this to basic blue. That's the way I like it. But I gotta get a little peek. Gotta get a little sneaky peeky. We have left or right. I'm going right. Exile? What is this? What are you kicking your cute little legs about? I'm sorry, I don't understand you. Typically the first symbol people say is a hi, but I think I've roused him from some sort of horse riding simulator that he's been playing inside his own mind. And so I don't know if that's hi or like, fuck off and let me get back to my horse riding. Could be both. Could be like an aloha situation. He's horse riding. What are you doing? Looks like some sort of cyberpunk city street from this distance. And this guy's just dead. Oh no. I was kidding, but I think they might actually. Oh no. So there's a group of people seemingly lost in simulations. I can't tell. That's definitely the exile symbol. Is this a symbol? Here? I don't know. Alright. I want to play more so badly, but I'll stop here. So that we'll have one more linguistic party session tomorrow, and I won't have to think of a new game to play instead. That looks like a very, very dangerous staircase. Now that I'm pausing to look at it, I would get so confused and like fall off the edge of half of those. My ankles all a twist. Please, sir, I want some more. My ankles are all a twist. So, let me just make sure. It has saved 2 minutes ago. I'm sure that's fine. I'm sure it's in the zone, at least. And I will meet you back here next time. Thank you for your company, your witty comments, your hints and such. And I will see you again tomorrow for what might be the finale of our linguistic adventure. I love you guys. I will see you again soonish. Take care of yourselves until then. Or so help me, when I find you tomorrow, I will take care of you myself. You'll get such a snuggling. I will cook for you. Now I have a sneaking suspicion that some of you might not take care of yourselves just for me to snuggle and cook for you. And I will cook for you and snuggle you anyway. But please take care of yourself in addition to that. In addition to... Oh no, wallows in self-neglect. Okay, I'm on my way. Bye for a bit. See you soon.